All right, we're gonna have to make this quick because it's fucking hot and I'm already about to be sweating, and y'all know I only own black, so, and then I got all this damn hair. Yo, only me, all this damn hair. Like, it's 1,000 degrees outside, and I got hair down to my ass. Like, oh, bitch is hot. But hey y'all, what's up? You already know what it is. It's your favorite non-binary supernova, Dean Curtis, and I am back with another video. You see the title. We're gonna talk about code switching or lack thereof, because when I was on vacation in Florida, I uploaded a picture or two, and the caption was how I code switch with the fellas. And I got a little bit flack from that, and we want to talk about that. We're going to talk about what I meant by that, so maybe give y'all an understanding of where I was coming from. So, get your chips, grab your wine, get your snacks, whatever you need, and bring it on back, because we about to have a mini vlog slash maybe story time.
You can't take what's rightfully mine, you need a wake-up call. I'm here to give it to you, and I won't stop till I have it all. Yeah, see my name in flashing lights on the stage, I'm on my grind. You hating ass bitches, and in my thoughts, I got money on my mind. That's why they call me Young Hollywood, the kid is just that goddamn good. Walk through your streets, every nigga in your hood know my goddamn name. Since the age of 13.
When I was away in Florida, I had posted how I code switch. You know, I was like how I code switch with the guys versus with the gays. And y'all know my inbox is always open for my shooting stars. I love you guys. I love communicating with you guys from TikTok, from YouTube, from Twitter, to Facebook, to... I was about to say MySpace. I really want to go back on MySpace because I miss it. But wherever you found me from, I love communicating with you guys. I have a different relationship with all of my supporters, all of my shooting stars, whether you're on TikTok, YouTube, we all have our different relationship. So my YouTube supporters, we are different. My TikTok supporters, we have our own bond. My Snapchat supporters, we have our own bond. My Instagram supporters, our Facebook, people who know me in real life, people who know me just on social media, like we all have our different bonds. Anyway, it definitely might not even be considered code switching. That's why I want to talk about the definition of code switching, because technically it's not code switching. So, what it was, code switching is when you customize a style of speech to an audience or group that you're being addressed. That's what code switching technically is. So when I posted these photos about me code switching, it was like a daytime look versus a nighttime look. And when I said it was how I code switch with the guys versus with the gays. And believe it or not, a lot of people was like, oh, you know, that's fake. If you have to code switch, they're not your real friends. You can't be yourself. You know, I got some flack for people thinking that I couldn't be myself, or people think that I'm not being myself. And I get this a lot. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to break it down one day in a YouTube video. And I decided, well, hell, you ain't doing nothing. Let's do it today. Because the more people get confused, it stands out to me. I noticed that a lot of people don't understand what it means to code switch, or why a person who's open and upfront about themselves would they need to code switch. So I just want you guys to understand. The person that you guys have grown to know, you know, in front of y'all is a character. And when I say that, means it's not that I'm putting on for the camera. Dean Curtis is a persona. Dean Curtis is an extravagant portion of who I am. This is me. This is completely me. I love my hair, I love my makeup, I love my fashions, whatever the case may be. I love genuinely being me. But that comes with an understanding of who I am. You got to understand me to understand what it means when I say I'm being me. I grew up around heterosexual men all my life. I've been around heterosexual men my entire life. I've always had my dad in my life. I've been blessed enough to have not just my biological dad. I have a little stepfather. I have a stepfather who's been there. I have mentors who are men. I have male figures throughout my life entirely. So, you know, that notion that, oh, you see a flamboyant gay boy, or you see a boy playing in makeup, people always be like, oh, he ain't had no male figures in his life. No. I want to cut that out. I want to X that out right now. Because I've always had male figures. I've had brothers. Literally, I've been around all straight heterosexual people my entire life. I didn't have gay friends until I really don't have gay friends now. I have gay associates. But like I didn't hang out with gay people growing up or nothing like that. So I was always the girly boy, if that makes sense. I was always you would say a tomboy, tomgirl, whatever the hell you want to call it. I was girly, but I did things like the boys did. Like I was always prissy, but I played football. I was always prissy, but I ran and played in. I didn't play in the dirt because I don't fucking like dirt. But I did boyish things. I've always dressed like a boy. Back when I was growing up, you didn't have fitted clothes the way you have fitted clothes now. You always had baggy clothes. You always had things like that. I always dressed the way I wanted to dress, which was if baggy clothes was in, I was wearing baggy clothes. I also do remember me realizing at a younger age that I don't like the baggy clothes. No, I like myself to fit. I like snug. I like tighter fit clothes. So, I would get growing up, I would get your pants are too tight. And for me, it's like, I don't care. I like the tight pants. But back in the day, your shirts had to be damn near to your males. Long shirts was down there to their knees. I remember wearing them long white tees down to your knees. Back in Baltimore, everybody wore white tees that reached their knees. They looked like dresses on these boys with their little shell heads and their Air Force Ones. Like, it was the thing to wear. So I never dressed gay, or so to speak. And growing up, once I did start to determine, okay, I don't want to wear that baggy old shirt. I don't want to wear them baggy clothes. Yeah, my clothes were fitted, and people would be like, oh, why are your clothes fitting? But I still dressed like a boy. I've never worn girl clothes, or so to speak. So growing up, I maintained that. Even, as I started growing into my own, becoming more knowledgeable of who I was and becoming comfortable in my sexuality, yes, I knew I was gay, but I still carried myself as a dude. And I hate that term, but we're going to use that in this video to get you guys to visualize the point that I'm trying to make, okay? So I always dressed like a boy. I hung with all boys. I just happened to be that one gay boy who let you know that I was gay, okay? I never hid who I was. People, I don't know why there was some notion. Some people like to think that I was, trying to hide the fact. It was never the fact that I was hiding the fact that I was gay. It was just always, if people ask, are you gay? My question was, are you trying to hook up? Why is it any of your business? And back then it's like, I just want to know. Well, what do you want to know for? What I do in the bedroom, it doesn't make you, never mind. And back then, I wasn't even having sex. So whether I was gay or not, it had nothing to do with anybody asking me. It was just, I knew that was my personal business. So if anybody asked, unless we was hooking up, I didn't understand the purpose of telling you my business. So that was a lot of people's problem with moi. When they asked, I gave them a smart answer. It wasn't that I was hiding it. It's just none of your business. You don't see straight people going around defending the fact that they're straight. Why I gotta go around defending the fact that I'm gay? Anyway, so I've always dressed like a boy. I carried myself like a boy. I'm a pretty boy. Even though I like boys, I'm a pretty boy, so to speak. So I rode bikes. We were skateboarding. I played football. I played soccer. I liked, outside. I didn't really like playing sports like baseball, basketball, doing all that. No, I learned at a very young age. I was a dancer. Playing sports did nothing for me. I wanted to dance. So that's what I did. Always had male friends. My first male best friend, his name was John. I remember him in elementary school. Like, I hung out with all dudes. I remember a friend named Jamal Bill. We hung out. Like, we were kids. Being a kid back then, even though I was who I was, I'm quite sure a majority of their parents knew I was gay or could see that I was gay. We didn't act on none of that. I was allowed to be a child growing up. So I hung with boys. I played with girls. Me and my cousin, my favorite cousin, her name Morgan, I stayed over her house playing with dolls, everything. I've always knew how to maintain friendship with boys. even growing into middle school, that's when I started developing like these memories. Like, because in elementary school, I knew that I was attracted to boys, but it was just like, I don't, like, I was a kid. I didn't know that it wasn't nothing sexual, but it was just like, I like when this boy tells me hi. I like when he say, oh, you got long hair. You look like a girl. I didn't have facial hair back then. So we all, I got a kick out of boys thinking I was a girl. I enjoyed the way boys treated me. They treated me as if I'm a girl amongst guys, even though I'm a guy. That's just the way guys have always treated me, as if I was a female amongst men. So that was elementary school. Moving on to middle school. Now, middle school, once again, this is where I started meeting my long life friends, like, Dania, Christina. This is where I met Asia and things like that at Pimlico. But once again, I had male best friends. Jamal, my first male best friends in middle school, like, he was a straight dude. Marcus, like, he was a straight dude. Like, I always hung with straight dudes no matter what. Like, they knew I was gay. You feel me? But back then, we're kids. We're not doing anything far as sexual, like, none of that. I was still a child. I was still a virgin back then. So, we're not looking to do anything sexual. So they don't give a I'm gay. But how I carried myself, I still carried myself like a dude. I still chilled with dudes. I still hung out with boys. What did we do? We did mischief. We threw rocks. We fought. We played video games. I'm very much still into, if you can't see, wrestling. I love wrestling to death. We play wrestling games. We play race car games. I've always been able to chill with boys and be myself. And I've always been able to chill with girls and be myself. So when I posted them pictures saying how I code switch, it's just something that I naturally do. If I'm hanging with my boys, yes, I can sit there and with my legs crossed and I can be pretty and still be myself and they think nothing of it. But when I'm with my guys, yes, no, I could, because I love wearing crop tops and showing my midsection. So I could walk around my crop top with my boys and they're gonna think nothing of it. Hell, I did it for years growing up in middle school. All friends, males. Got to high school, still the same thing. Yeah, I hung with females majority of the time, but I still was able to chill with guys, and I still had a rapport with guys. They'd be like, "That's Dean. Yeah, we know. Like, yeah, I know he gay, but he's up front." You feel me? I always get you're up front, you're respectful, because I grew up around guys all my life. And like, they respected it off jump. It wasn't like I had to, but me being confident in who I am, I'm comfortable letting a group of guys be like, oh, well, that has nothing. I let them know I'm homosexual. Yeah, I'm just letting you know up front. If you don't want to rock with that, you don't like that, oh well. And they being honest up front was just like, okay, that's cool. Thanks for telling us, and kept the fuck going. And that's where my respect for the straight men, the heterosexual, the cis men, y'all want to call them so many things. That's where my respect for them came, because all my life I've had nothing but good examples of friendships with straight men. All my life I've had examples of nothing but love and affection from straight men. Like, my brothers are all loving and affectionate towards me. My dad isn't a loving or affectionate person, but he's very loving towards me in his own way. So it's like, I've learned over the years to respect the straight man, and I've battled a lot of battles over straight men. Like, my guy best friend, we've been friends for like 14 years now, and we always had a lot of problems in our friendship, because people would just be like, wait, I'm obviously gay, and he's like the male athlete, and he gave no fucks. Like, that's my best friend. He embraced me, he hugs me, he shows me love in public, no matter who doesn't like it. And that's just something I learned to accept at a young age. So I've always been confident and comfortable to be around straight men. And no diss to my brothers and my sisters in the LGBT community, but a lot of us have not had that experience where they are comfortable in being themselves around straight men, because they don't know how to have a friendship without trying to sexually advance themselves with a straight man. And it's not only the gay people, because the straight men do it too. Y'all know that we be gay, and y'all sit up here and y'all do things because y'all want to take advantage of the situation, and y'all know that a lot of people are going to blame just the gay person because we're openly gay, but they ain't going to think twice about blaming your down low ass. But that's a different story for a different time. Right now we on something else. You lucky. Anyway, but yeah, so that's the problem that a lot of people face. I've never had that problem. I've always been one to be confident and comfortable around men because that's just how I was raised. So when I posted the video and when I posted the pictures and I said how I code switch with the guys in the daytime then versus with the gays at nighttime, it wasn't me hiding the fact or me not being able to be myself. I'm myself comfortably around anybody, whether you're straight, gay, blue, purple, undecided, whatever. It wasn't no diss to my community, and it wasn't like, nothing saying bad like, oh, I couldn't be myself. When I have these big promotions like sharing my stuff, it's not that I don't want them to look on my page and see me being wild and reckless, because and it's like I'm hiding that. It's not. I'm always going to be me. I'm always going to represent my community the best of my ability, or anybody associated with me in the best way possible. And sometimes I gotta be honest, these companies, these organizations, they don't give you gay, straight, purple, pink, yellow, whatever, certain things they just don't want to see. So I code switch a lot of times. Yes, I can be ratchet, I can be loud, I can be ghetto, I can be flamboyant, I can be over the top, but then I also know how to be a business person and code switch it. And yeah, I'm me myself, but I'm also tamed. And that's a lot of what I do. And I just saw that a lot of people were curious, and they was like, oh, you can't be yourself around them, then they don't deserve to be, be in your space or have your attention. And that's not true. When I say I code switch, it's not me not being myself. It's just me. I genuinely am being myself. I've been raised around nothing but heterosexual men. So I still dress like a guy. You understand what I'm saying? So, but when I'm with my straight friends or I'm with my heterosexual friends, I'm not going to be out here in a thong and a fucking two-piece and just be like, oh yeah, just because I'm gay, y'all gotta accept it. Knowing my friends, they will accept it, but that's just not how I carry myself. I still dress accordingly. I wear black tees, wear jeans, I wear graphic tees. I can dress up. I can put on my see-through shirt. I can put on my lace. I can put on my sheer. I can do all of that. I can put on my makeup. I can put on boots, whatever I want to do and still be myself. So me dressing appropriately for an event where it's toned down is not me being fake or not me being my genuine self. I am 100% still being myself because I'm comfortable. That's how I dress. That's how I carry it. I still dress like a guy, whether it be a tight clothes, whether it be see-through clothes. I'm not downing my brothers and sisters who wear women's clothing. I'm not downing anybody who just. I'm trying to be politically correct. I'm trying to explain to you guys about what I meant by code switching, but I'm also trying to let you guys in. And a lot of problems that I face with is I don't agree, or I don't necessarily put myself in certain boxes just because I'm gay, or just because I am very vocal about the LGBT community. That does not mean that if you see me not being flamboyant that I'm toned. If you see me toned down, there are days where I am toned down, where I just wear my real hair. There are days and y'all have seen, I've had videos of me in my real hair. I've had videos of me without makeup on. But it's just, I'm not that person 24/7. And it's not saying that it's an act. It's not saying there's something wrong with somebody who's that person 24/7. I like to tone down. I like to chill out. I like to relax and just coast, and just be not be normal, because being loud, being boisterous, being flamboyant is normal. But in the same token, you can't judge me saying that I'm code switching or I'm not being true to myself because I'm around a group of wrestlers or something like that, when that's not the case. Because at the end of the day, I can guarantee you that every single wrestler that I'm around, they're around me because they genuinely care about me, and they know who I am, and they know who my personality is, and they're just that comfortable in themselves that they can be around me. I don't have to code switch to be around anybody. And if I did have to code switch to be around you, then you're not worth me being around. You see what I'm saying? So y'all might not understand it because I use the same term, code switch, to defend, as I just used to, argue my point just now. But hopefully this video can give y'all more understanding of what I meant when I said how I code switch with the guys versus with the gays. But this has been a quick little, update. A quick little vlog for y'all. I just wanted to get out, communicate, chop it up with y'all, see how y'all was doing, and just talk and educate y'all real quick what I meant by code switching. So the next time you hear me or see me say something about code switching, you won't think that I have to be somebody else to be around a group of men, when that's definitely not the case. Because if I was putting on to be something for somebody else to be around a group of men, it wouldn't be on social media. This has been your dose of reality. I am your favorite non-binary supernova, Dean Curtis, reminding you to spread love and less hate. Stay tuned for the next video. Love y'all.